calm voice you get when you're pissed off. Peter, I'm just a travel writer. Don't be dragging me into your treasure hunts. Peter, she said in that cold, calm voice. 10 days from now, what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine, right? Right. You were the one who turned down the prenup, right? Right. Peter put his feet up on the desk. Because I'm after your money. So if this is something big and it pays off, it's community property, right? Right. And it could make a hell of a wedding present. Wait a minute. Her voice rose an octave. She's showing Delancey a picture. Peter, this could be something. Right. Peter tried to control a laugh. Something. I can see you smirking, Peter. Stop it. Oh, hey, she's leaving. The bag lady's leaving. Do you think I should go after her? Yeah, sure. Why not? Peter laughed. Peter, screw you. And she clicked off. Peter spun in his chair and looked out the window. He realized that if this marriage was going to work, he had to learn the difference between smartass and plain vanilla ass. He thought about calling her back, but that would only make things worse. So he just pictured Delancey's store. Peter's old mentor, Orson Lunt, once said, "Whenever you're in New York, go down to Book Row. Stop in at the Strand, of course, then go to Delancey's. It's dark, it's messy, but it's a treasure trove. Look around, go through the bins. Get to know Delancey. Ask him as many questions as you can, but answer as few as possible because he's sharper than Gillette, and he doesn't miss a trick." Orson was retired now, but Delancey was still going strong. The kind of guy who'd probably die in his store someday, get to heaven, and go looking for Bill Shakespeare just to ask him where he'd buried his manuscripts. Then Delancey would figure out a way to come back to life, dig them up, and sell them to the highest bidder. Of course, Delancey had done pretty well in this life, too. He played the poor bookseller in the dumpy shop, one of the last holdouts on Book Row. But he also owned the building, and every year or so he sent Peter an email that went like this. Dear Pete. Strike one. Peter hated to be called Pete. I've been doing business with a New York stockbroker who also happens to be a major collector. Considering his interest in our field, I think you might be interested in his services. Business to business, so to speak. This is some chance he does not take on many clients, and believe me, there's no one in Boston who can match this guy's heat. Strike two. Peter had a Boston broker who delivered all the heat any investor could want, without New York's high overhead or taste for $200 lunches. So give it some thought. Minimum investment $5 million. Strike three. For Peter to come up with that much money, he'd have to sell his inventory, his condo, his car, and he'd still be scrambling. Peter often wondered what Delancey got out of the relationship beyond a loyal customer, and he almost called Evangeline to warn her about a sales pitch, but he knew she was too smart to fall for one. So he imagined her walking from the back of the store, past the long bookshelves, toward the afternoon light flooding the front. And she was. She stuffed her cell phone into her purse and hurried through the American history section and up to the big windows that looked out onto 4th Avenue. The bag lady had left and turned south toward the Bowery. She was pushing a shopping cart full of boxes, bottles, a plastic trash bag, and a scruffy little dog. Evangeline couldn't see her face, just a dirty raincoat and a dirty Mets hat over a mess of dirty brown hair. Should she follow? Find anything? Delancey said find with a New York accent that made it come out, find. Though it was early May, he was wearing a gray wool vest sweater over a white shirt and skinny brown tie, and his comb-over reflected, literally, his talent in the lost male art of creating something out of nearly nothing but Vitalis. Strictly old school. That was what Peter said about Oscar Delancey, and he meant it as a compliment. I didn't find any priceless engravings of Lincoln, if that's what you're asking. Evangeline craned her neck to watch the bag lady rattling away. The Bowling Green, 11 o'clock tonight, said Delancey. What? That's where I'm supposed to meet her. Who? I Hoyd. Hoyd. You on the phone. Did you say hi to Pete for me? Of course I did, and don't call him Pete. Did you tell him about the crazy broad who just left? Busted. Evangeline stepped back from the window and gave her blonde hair a little flip. She knew that he liked looking at it.